I was served an eviction notice on a Tuesday morning. No warning, no conversation, just a thick envelope taped to my apartment door claiming I was operating an illegal business from my unit and violating my lease. I was stunned, because I wasn't running a business, at least not in the way he was accusing. I called my landlord immediately. He didn't answer. I texted, nothing. Later that day, I finally got an email saying he'd already contacted the city and scheduled an inspection. That's when the panic hit. For context, I live alone in a small apartment. I work full-time, keep to myself, and barely have visitors. The only unusual thing about my place is that one room is completely dedicated to what I do after work. I restore old electronics. Not reselling them, not flipping them, just restoring them. Old radios, record players, broken keyboards, vintage consoles, things people would normally throw away. I find them, clean them, fix them, and keep them. It's a hobby that keeps me sane. Apparently, my landlord decided it was a commercial operation. Why? Because a neighbor complained about equipment, deliveries, and constant activity. The activity being me carrying small boxes inside once or twice a week. On inspection day, my landlord showed up smiling, like he already won. The city inspector arrived shortly after, clipboard in hand, very serious. They walked through my apartment together. The landlord kept pointing things out, my workbench, tools, shelves. This is clearly a business, he said confidently. He's manufacturing something. The inspector stopped and asked me to explain what I was doing. So I did. I showed him the items, explained that nothing was for sale, no customers, no online listings, no income. Just personal restoration projects and documentation photos for my own records. Then the inspector asked a question my landlord wasn't expecting. Are any of these items being sold or advertised? No, I said. Do you receive clients here? No. Do you generate income from this location? No. The inspector nodded slowly. Then he turned to my landlord and said something I will never forget. This is a hobby, and a quiet one at that. My landlord's face went blank. The inspector explained that under city code, a hobby, even one involving tools, is not a business unless there's commercial activity, customer traffic, or profit, none of which applied to me. He closed his clipboard and told my landlord the eviction had no legal basis. Then he added very calmly that filing a false report could actually come back on him. The inspector left. My landlord didn't say a word. He just walked out. A week later, I received a formal apology email and a notice that my lease would continue as normal. No explanation, no acknowledgement of how close I came to losing my home. I still live here. I still restore old electronics. But I learned something important. Some people don't care if they're wrong, they care if they're in control. And the moment that control slipped, everything changed. If you've ever been accused of something you didn't do, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.